So your nonprofit's donations are failing and you just don't know why. You've got a great cause, you've got a great audience, your campaigns seem like they're solid, but for some reason, donations are either plateauing or even declining. And you tried testing everything from pictures to colors to messaging. Well, here's the thing. Your copy is probably solid, but just a few minor tweaks in it could actually make a big difference. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the tiny tweaks that you can make to your copy to really turn the dial up and get more donations flowing in. Hi, I'm Steven, and I've worked for small and big nonprofits for over 15 years. And currently, I work for a major global humanitarian organization. So I share with you the real life, on the ground, behind the scenes of fundraising and marketing for nonprofits. And today I'm going to talk about the 3 C's of how you can change your donation copy. It's current events, causes, and connection. Let's dive right in. So first, current events. Here's how to make your donation ask more appealing. If you're a nonprofit that's seeing flatlined or declining donations, try this appeal. For most people, news and current events occupy a lot of their minds. It can be really stressful and an area of concern for them. And here's where you as a nonprofit can harness that negative attention and turn it into something positive for both the donor and for your organization. Find a news story that's relevant to your cause, especially if it's something that your organization works to solve. It can be global or very local. Highlight a key fact or message from that news story. Follow up with something like, you can help rewrite that story, or you can help change that stat. Focus on what your potential donor can actually do in the context of what's happening. Then make the appeal. Donate to help fix this problem. Here's an example. Say a natural disaster happens and your nonprofit helps deliver emergency supplies. You can say something like, this hurricane has left over 1,000 people without homes, but you can help them recover. Donate now to help send emergency supplies to victims in need. This method taps into what's already on top of people's minds. You don't have to do a lot of awareness or convincing about the problem. And the news story is probably really concerning for them. So this is helping to alleviate their stress and helping them to become part of the solution, all while helping you raise more money for your organization. I'm Steven, and I work for a global humanitarian nonprofit. Follow me for more insider tips on nonprofit fundraising and marketing. For the second C, we're going to appeal to a cause. Here's how to get more donations by being slightly controversial, but very obvious. Tap into your donor's deepest core beliefs. If you're a nonprofit that's got a good audience, but struggling to get donations, try this approach. Everyone's got beliefs and values, and when you drill deep down, they're pretty strong and uncompromising. You can tap into those deep-rooted core beliefs by speaking in strong absolutes. This involves using phrases like, everyone deserves to, or no one should ever have to, or this is evil, or this is the right thing to do, or there are no exceptions, or whatever it takes. These are really strong confrontational phrases, but they're going to connect to the audiences that really care about your cause. So for example, instead of saying, we believe that children should have a home, say instead, no child should ever be without a home. There are no excuses, period. That's a strong statement that's going to draw out the passion in your donors. Try that in your next donor appeal. And for the final C, we're going to appeal to a connection. When you're asking for a donation, the stats, the figures, the facts, they all matter and they're important, but some people just really need a personal connection. They need to feel like they're connecting to another human being. They need to really get in touch with the story of another person. So instead of emphasizing just the stats of the problem or sharing the facts of how your nonprofit solves that problem, tell a personal story. This can be a story of one of your beneficiaries or even a story of someone who's encountering this problem that your nonprofit works on. And you don't have to share a long drawn out story. It can be really short. At minimum, it can just be one simple sentence describing how this person is going through the problem. And if possible, add in a quote about their struggle with the problem, or a quote about how your nonprofit services have helped them. Being able to place a name, a location, a context, a story helps your audience really see that this is a real human being that's going through this problem. And this is also going to be a real human being that their donation is going to help. So you're not asking for them to donate towards helping a problem. You're not asking for them to donate to your nonprofit. You're asking them to donate to help another human being. Try that in your next donation appeal. So those are the 3 C's of donation appeals: current events, causes, and connections. If you use just one of those messaging tweaks in your next donation appeal, it's going to resonate with your donor so much more, and you're likely going to see an increase in donations coming in. But if you can find a way to use all 3 of those within a single appeal, whether it's asking 3 different times on a donation landing page, or whether it's all in a long email or in a series of emails, or maybe it's a social media post with a carousel, and each slide in that carousel appeals to a different aspect of your campaign message, you're going to be able to hit and resonate with all the different emotional draws that donors have to your organization. And it's going to increase the amount of donations that come in and the average size of that gift. For my organization, we were actually seeing the same thing, a plateau and a slight decline in our donations. So what I ended up doing was optimizing our entire homepage. For the top hero section, I featured a current event with a donation ask, because that was something that was resonant on people's minds. In the middle of the homepage, I put a section with a strong statement appealing to a cause, a core belief that the donors had to connect with us. And then at the very bottom of the page, I put in a final donation appeal, and this one with a simple 2-sentence story of one of our beneficiaries. And within a few days, we saw donations on that homepage slowly tick up again. If you try one of these C's or all of the C's in your donation appeals, let me know. I'd love to know how it goes. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and maybe share it with one of your colleagues to implement this plan. And subscribe to this channel for more behind the scenes fundraising and marketing tips for nonprofits.